haven't seen very many Michelle Trachtenberg things. And frankly, when it comes to her movies, what better way to start off than Harriet the Spy from 1996? And yeah, this is one of those films that is like key 90s kids. I was born in the mid-90s. This came out in the mid-90s. And it's based on a book from the mid-1960s, rated as being one of the best children's novels ever. I always remember seeing this movie at video stores, and before I even knew Michelle Trachtenberg's real name, I always called her Harriet the Spy. Because, I was young, I didn't know a whole bunch of celebrities' names, so I would just say what I best knew them from. I hadn't seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer because I was a little kid, so yeah, to me, Michelle Trachtenberg, always Harriet the Spy. And yeah, I'd wanted to see this for a while. I probably did end up seeing it when I was like a toddler, but yeah, I don't remember a single thing of it. And I had been meaning to see it for quite a few years when I ended up getting older, but it just got swept under the rug. So when Trachtenberg passed away, I decided, you know what? Let's see it. And frankly, yeah, if you grew up with this movie, like if this came out in 1996 and you were in grade 5 or grade 6 and you watched this, or like if you were a big fan of reading the book, yeah, you'll have a good time with this movie, very likely. But because I had never seen this movie until just a few days ago, I didn't really care for this movie, really. I do understand what the movie's trying to say, okay? I do think that the movie has some charm to it. I do think that Trachtenberg and Rose O'Donnell are very, very likable, especially Rose O'Donnell. But I think that the movie just does a little too many iffy, unpleasant moves. So the movie deals with Harriet Welsh, who is played by Michelle Trachtenberg. She loves to write. And frankly, she always has this notebook with her. She goes around school, she goes around town, and she spies on people and writes down notes all the time, okay? And frankly, the notebook is kind of like her diary in a way. Because, yes, she does take notes on people that she spies on, but, a lot of that stuff is personal also. She's part of this inseparable clique that also features Janie and Sport. Well, Simonus is the real name of the movie, played by Gregory Smith, so that was cool to see. She has this nanny nicknamed Golly, who is Rose O'Donnell. Golly's been with her family since pretty much since she was born, and Harriet absolutely adores her. But because Harriet is maturing, she is 11 years old, she doesn't really need a nanny anymore. So Golly decides to step back, retire, and let Harriet grow. But Golly has really always been like the voice of reason. She's always been a shoulder to cry on. She's always been the best person for Harriet to get some advice from. And that's especially true when the evil, mean queen in her class snatches her notebook and it tells a whole bunch of Harriet's big secrets. And because of that, Sport and Janie ditch Harriet, and Harriet becomes a major outcast. And that's ultimately where the movie kind of becomes unpleasant to see, okay? The movie beforehand, it's okay, but it's not really, it's kind of repetitive. before that. It's not bad, but it's just like, whatever. But when her notebook gets taken and all the secrets are read about, it's very unpleasant to see. It's kind of cringe. It's probably better in the book, but whatever. And when everyone ditches Harriet and she just becomes this big target for bullies, that's when I was like, okay, seriously. Like, I get people betraying her. I do get that. But the things that her classmates do to her, I didn't even think was all that realistic, to be honest. Like, when they devise a plan to just dump paint all over Harriet. Okay, they're in grade 6, okay? When I was in grade 6, my classmates weren't that immature at all. Yes, they probably would devise a mean prank, but the whole paint thing with Harriet, that was definitely overboard, and that's more of like something grade 1 or grade 2 would do, not grade 6. And when Harriet tries to make amends with everyone, yeah, I don't want to say that it was really cheap, but you can really tell that there's just something really off with the way that the movie was trying to wrap itself up. Like, I kind of get some bits in that unpleasant sector of the film, but yeah, it was just, it simply wasn't enough, I would say. Yeah, the movie really needs some finesse near the end, and the first little bit of the film was good, but I was just expecting more when that takeoff portion really started to happen. Because frankly, this movie really could have been great. It's rated as being one of the best kids' novels ever written, but the movie itself features just a little too much unpleasant moments. Michelle Trachtenberg and Rosa O'Donnell are charming. The movie's idea of pursuing your passion, that's handled well, but that sector of the film diminishes things a little too much for me to recommend. So I must give Harriet the Spy from 1996 2.5 stars out of 4. So a little bit of a thumbs down. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you again next time.